but leader's gonna diggity dunk on Abadage.
And I do think that Schalke are drafting a little bit questionably. Origin?
New patch. It's interesting. We'll see.
Do I want to try to take Splice over Origin? No.
No.
Definitely not.
No, that would be pants on head.
Yeah. We have the same prediction.
I mean, yeah, but after yesterday where I tried to score some cheeky points, I'm going to play it safe today. Maybe that's the wrong call. Maybe I should double down, but like...
I think you double down. I think you just
but I don't
swinging wildly.
In vitality. I don't. We are young.
I don't know. Tom Kent, like, they played the Kench well. Mowgli was actually camping bottom. He hit the right lanes. Cabo Shard was great.
Was invisible.
Jizuke stopped feeding.
Jizuke played well. Jizuke single-handedly won them every single team fight, but like that's also because Excel were just like.
Mickey was a bit troll.
A bit Hex D, yes. Well.
Oh yes, the Hex D.
I'm just sad because the thing that doesn't make sense to me, right, is that I agree with the strategy Vitality's bot lane is bad. So let's do Sonatark and we think we can get away with it. That's fine. But then why wouldn't you play Hjarnan and Kasing?
Because Hjarnan and Kasing don't play it.
It's not hard though.
Yeah, but you really,
and they're like much less likely to feed as a bottom lane.
You really have to understand the mechanics of Sonateric, not necessarily the mechanics of the champion,
Yeah, but would you argue
the
Mystiques and
if that's what they're practicing?
God, that's so
because we were talking about this yesterday actually in the room. Vitality, the first time that they played against Sonateric, they tried to freeze the wave on their side and zone, but that's actually exactly where Sona wants to be because she can poke. What you're supposed to do is bounce the wave as quickly as possible, and this time around they did it, and they got it frozen in front of Sona and Teric's tower, and then you get to just poke the shit out of them.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, that's the trick. You don't try to freeze against them. You let them freeze against you.
Heartache to heartache we stand.
Oh, these names. These are going to be good ones. Oh, I like Wendell. Guardia.
All right.
Nisu!
Isle, go to 1, Wendell, Guardia.
Blan.
Nisu.
How do you say the top name?
Zash.
Con?
Gloponus.
Cognar? Blan?
How do we say your name, Rama?
Oh, yeah, you can ask him. Are you asking him?
Yeah.
How do we pronounce all the names?
We need Rama's tag.
Scoris. Scoris.
Scoris?
Yes.
Scoris, okay.
Okay. Ale.
Ale.
Yes. Go to 1.
Oh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go like this. Notepad. Okay. Score is.
Yes.
Ayla.
Ale.
Ayla.
No A. Ale. Like close to hell. Ale.
Ale. Okay.
Ale.
Ale.
Yes.
Go to 1.
Go to 1. Okay.
Wendell?
Window. Yes. Guardian. The N is missing.
Guardian?
Yes. Like the Guardian. The N is missing.
It's a Guardian.
Guardian. Yes. Yes. Like Guardian.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Roman. Blan.
Blan. Yeah. Gluponus.
Gluponus. Oh, I'm going to butcher this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, we just call Rama.
Gluponus.
Okay. Zash.
Zash and Nisu.
Yes.
Nice.
Nisu.
That one's an excellent name. Nisu! Glaponos? Glaponos? Is it Glaponos? Glaponos. What does it mean? Glaponos.
Good question. I don't know what.
Glaponos.
Maybe something weird.
Glaponos.
Glaponos.
So it's guardian.
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 Actually.
Guardian.
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 Thank
Cool.
you.
I might mess one or
And
two
what's
up.
their team name? What does it translate to? The something torture? Watching torture?
Tortues.
The old?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
All right, the old tortures. That's easier than us butchering the French pronunciation, I think, every time.
And GoToBed, I think it's a joke for go to one.
Oh, nice.
Go to one. Very funny. Yeah, cool.
Okay. So we have Scores,
Got it?
L, Gotowan, Windle, and Guardian.
Guardian.
And then you have the old tortures in Blon, Glapnus, Zash, and Naisu.
You missed one in there, though.
Oh, and Roman.
Roman.
Lopo is fine.
Ah, perfect, Glopo.
Globo. Easy. Roman. Globo. Nice.
Naisu. Guardian.
Heal.
Guardian. Guardian. Guardia. Guardia. Guardia.
Guardian.
Guardia.
No, wait, there's an N. Guardian. The N is missing. That's what she said. Guardian.
Guardian.
You say the N.
Windle.
Rama is enough.
Gotowan. L. Scores. Where's our hype music, Brett?
Oh, that's my biggest regret. We didn't get to do that. So it was one.
It's oh, it's down, over, up.
Yeah.
Oh god, I tore my knee.
All the single ladies. All the
single
single ladies.
We apologize for mispronouncing. Scores, El, Gotowan, Windel, Guardian, Roman, Blon, Galapos, Zash.
Welcome, everyone, to the Women in Games Showdown. We have two incredible teams facing off today. On the red side, we have GoToBed. On the opposite side, it's French. We'll struggle to pronounce it, but we know that it means the old tortures, and it's time to find out who will come out on top.
Very scary collection of players today. Mix of riders, mix of some very talented players and some coaches. And I think that there's a little bit of some bad blood going on. One of the coaches betrayed GoToBed. They're on the other team. So someone is holding all of the cards as we head into the draft phase.
Definitely will not be Ramad, but he is in charge of the band. It's going to be a little bit difficult for him, but we'll see how the rest of the players fare with his creative leading and decision making. So Juwani, the first band, feels pretty standard for 9-12. Incredibly powerful pick. No one wants to deal with it. And Yumi, I like it. They're banning all of the obnoxious champions.
Yeah, I feel like we're right in line with the meta right now. Like you said in 9-12, Sejuani empowers so many of these melee champions. And if we're going to be focusing on a very skirmish-heavy, early-oriented game, Sejuani is certainly the jungler that you want to hit.
Absolutely the case. See what the second ban is. You can see taking a bit more time here, debating what the options are, banning so many of these early aggressive junglers in the Jarvan and the Sejuani.
I feel like these are definitely target bans also at Elle over on GoToBed. I know that she is a jungle main, I believe, actually in the correct position, and
Nice.
was looking for one of these more carry-oriented junglers.
absolutely want to limit that pool, see what else you can get. Maybe we'll see more farming-focused junglers or something that's... The thing is that Jarvan and Sejuani also feel to me like some of the champions that are less immediately mechanically demanding, so surprised to see those taken out if we do have a jungler like Blonde who may not be as comfortable in that role. But Cassia will be the follow-up ban, and without too much background information, hard to know what is perceived meta power and what is personal comfort being taken off the board here.
Or just like twisting that knife a little bit further. Want to make sure that no one gets the champions that they really want. Is Morgana the last ban to go? And I'm just kind of curious if we're going to throw it out. If we're going to let these power picks like the Aurelias, the Aatrox, the Silases
Do we
all
have a
go
Draven
through?
player? When was the last time we got to see a Draven? That's the big question. But one of those champions that's very niche, very unique, and obviously if you don't have someone who's comfortable playing the champ, it's not something you just blindly pick. Very different from the rest of the AD carry pool.
I mean, the thing is that if Draven isn't banned, or when Draven is banned, it actually opens up the Xayah. He has a very good matchup into Xayah because she is so low mobility that he just rock up onto her. But it is going to be the Ezreal, so we have the potential to see the Draven.
Yeah, Ramon now debating on what pick exactly he wants to pull out here.
I know he is a Tahm Kench player.
Oh, there it is. Locks in for himself. Not concerned about the team. Will grab the TK. We'll go to the top lane. Or to the support position, we will have to find out. I feel like it's top lane time, Kench.
Yeah, that is the Ramon special. If we all think back to every time we played a game with him. Of course, he plays Tahm Kench.
And now this is where things get terrifying. The Karma locked in. What we've seen so far in the LEC means that this pick, what we've seen on this patch, is just stunning what this pick can get done. It is so incredibly powerful, even arguably over-tuned on patch 9.12.
I'm going to go ahead and say it is over-tuned. I think Karma is unkillable, and her potential as a flex pick, the fact that she can go into the top, into the mid, into the support position, and just work wonders there.
Yeah, see exactly where they want to put it for now in the hands of Scores. For L, though, locking in the Zinza, I like this early, aggressive jungler. Can get in there, can counter jungle. On the opposite side, though, the Amumu locked in. This is one of those ones where if it gets behind, it can be so bad. But if you get to level 6 and you can have the teamfight impact, it can be so powerful.
And that just means that the ball is in L's court right now. She has the Xin Zhao. She can go full on the aggressive and try to challenge this Amumu in the early game. Has much larger windows to play around gank patterns. I do want to touch on the blind Lux support. Now, technically, still could be the Lux mid. I'm sure that we have a lot of Enchanter players in this game. But with the Tahm Kench and the Lux locked in, it does tell that this Tahm Kench is probably going in the top.
Oh, Rama. So rude. Go to one, though. Going to grab the Jinx. Now we have a late game scaling hyper carry on the side of GoToBed. Paired with a Karma in the bot lane could be absolutely lethal if that's how they want to utilize the power pick.
Are you ready for the Ardent Sensor?
I'm so ready. We didn't get enough. Worlds 2017, was it? We want one more dance with the Ardent Sensor meta.
And as we head into the secondary ban phase, it looks like GoToBed are trying to shrink that ADC pool even further. Make sure that there's not a scaling ADC that can match the power of Jinx, because with this champion, you now put everyone else on a timer. You say, eventually we will win if you don't get a hyper carry to match us. So Sivir, boom, dead.
I want to see exactly what window's going to pull out, what the strategy will be, what the build even for Jinx. It's been a while since we've seen the champion. You, of course, actually two of your favorite champions, Jinx, now the Sivir banned away, the master of the hyper-scaling AD carries, so I'm looking forward to what your expertise has to tell us. The Cho'Gath, also limited, matching up a little bit with what we've seen in LCK, how powerful that pick can be. Kaisa, yet another late game scaling carry taken off the board. Now my question is, if one of these players isn't super comfortable in traditional AD carries, do we see a crazier, more wild bot lane? Because you want to talk about the old Tortures, let's talk about the new Tortures, and that's laning bot lane against mages.
Or the classic Yasuo.
Oh, God.
Yasuo actually does very well into Karma,
Oh,
because he can stick to her.
it's an on-stage toxicity check already in picks and bans.
Teemo. Is that a Teemo ban?
That's a Teemo ban. I don't know if that was if that's a troll or if that's a legitimate bait. We'll have to find out afterwards.
So I believe Skoras up there in the top lane isn't used to playing top lane and was trying to get a comfort pick, either a tank that could survive the top lane or maybe even something like a Teemo, which is very obnoxious to deal with due to the range.
Yeah, the ability to blind as well, so critical. I do feel like that's Ramon telling the team, hey, this is the one champion I cannot Tahm Kench against. Taking that away. Blitzcrank locked in. Look at the hype on Ramon's face. The team ready. Players leaning forward, ready to get something done here. I like the sheer amount of hard CC and engage on this old Tortures lineup. And the Corki, now the final pick. Will it be the AD carry Corki, something we haven't seen in a while? Where is it going to go? I am dying to find out.
I think it's a Lux Blitzcrank bot lane.
Ooh. You think it's Lux Blitzcrank?
Yeah.
That's
not?
hype. I mean, honestly, if they're packing double ignite, I don't want to see anything else. You know, let's get those kills, lock it down. Let's get some Dark Harvest Lux out here.
I mean, normally I would say it kind of depends on the matchup into the Vel'Koz, which I do have some strong feelings about, but ultimately it's about comfort. Speaking of comfort, last pick, here we go.
Ooh, Silas locked in. Jizuke, of course, putting on a masterclass yesterday. This champion did receive a ton of nerfs, specifically aimed at pro play, coordinated play in general. So this might be taken away here, but so many powerful ults to steal away. Yes, not the Corki, but the Blitz, the Lux, the Amumu.
Okay, so let's talk about the compositions here. On GoToBed, you have so much poke damage between the Vel'Koz on the Karma alone, and then late game, as soon as the rapid fire cannon comes in for the Jinx when she is in that rocket form, your ability to walk up and just start chunking people is massive. But they don't necessarily have viable hard engage. They really need to rely on GoTo1 to get a good ultimate, but the only good ultimate that he really wants to take there is probably the Amumu ult. So if this turns into kind of a stalemate where we're just passing cooldowns back and forth, it's really hard that if GoToBed ever get the advantage to find the trigger to pull it and to get the engage.
And you're in a terrifying position because you talk about, hey, it's a poke composition. Well, poke compositions don't like Blitzcranks, Frostgurn. And there's a Blitzcrank on the old Tortures. And that is an old Torture, not a champion that we've seen in a while. Want to see how well it's going to be piloted, if they can find those hooks in the early to mid game. That is the big question as we move into the Women in Games show match here.
And it's not just about the Blitzcrank, it is also about the Amumu, but it's kind of interesting. It feels like the old Tortures, their champions really need to be ahead of the clock so they can have kill pressure, so they can have agency in this type of composition, which is difficult when you have a scaling-oriented jungler like Amumu. I feel like the old Tortures, it's a bit more of comfort and a bit more harder to execute correctly with this type of composition.
And already now we are going to get into game. Our show match getting kicked off here. The old Tortures versus GoToBed. See if they can put the lights out. Send the enemy team to bed. What's going to happen here in our early game?
It's a Blitzcrank. They're going to invade.
They're going to invade. They have so much early game CC. They also have Tom Kench level 1, incredibly powerful. You've also got a Blitzcrank with Electrocute, so a lot of burst damage here that Jinx has to be careful.
Okay, so
good
already,
vision line.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent vision line from GoToBed here. They understand that the invade is coming, spotted out on the wards. Now you see Wendell immediately respecting, running away. Some call it tactical advancing in the opposite direction.
Tactical retreat, I believe, is the word you're looking for, but definitely advanced. Now, I like this. Also responding on the top side by invading and pushing for vision. This is some excellent League of Legends fundamentals on a coordinated competitive level. Knowing the enemy team is on the bot side, they get that extra information.
And this is going to give so much of a head start to Elle here again on the Xin Zhao. What is she going to do with the information about where Amumu is going to start, especially getting a ward on his blue buff? Amumu is very mana dependent to get a good, healthy clears through his jungle. He's not going to be starting the blue, he's going to get a nice leash, but this also means that Wendell and Guardian get access to this bot lane first in a very poke, long-range heavy lane, and Xin Zhao now gets to set the table for how she wants to attack this map.
Ooh, exactly. Want to see what this is going to come out of red buff. Could we see an early level 2 gank? How committed to early aggression is the side of GoToBed going to be? And already you see, as mentioned, Frostgurn, that level 1 bot lane control from the Jinx and the Vel'Koz already going to be so incredibly difficult to get on top of the opposition there.
Went in and took a peek at Naisu's skill set. She has skilled E first on the Lux as opposed to the Q on the Binding. So if Zash does land the Q as the marksman Blitzcrank here with Electrocute, there is no follow-up CC. They were trying to get wave control, but because they leashed for their jungle, you can already see bot lane get shoved in, and she's not really going to get the most out of using either the hook or the follow-up damage.
Double range, but now level 2 invade, moving around. Sneaky Blonde does not see this one coming. No smite available as well. Getting lower and lower. Xin has the smite available. This could very well be disastrous. The wait. Oh no, you hate to see it happen. The smite, early smite, not even going to be used. Holding onto the smite, continuing to extend the play. And walking away with the smite as well for the Scuttle Crab. And there's Silas waiting in the brush. The abscond, the abduct. They're going to look for a few more kills, but Rama is on the way in. Can he find it? The tongue latch goes wide. Glopin is starting to burn him down. The Karma is there as well. Kagnar eating up. Will not have the Devour for the fight. They need to get out of this one. GoTo1 is on the opposite side. The abscond and abduct will be up momentarily. Glopin has to be careful. The ignite goes down. The flash over the wall. Ale, though, in trouble. Rama looking for the walk down. The first blood coming in from Silas. It's blood across the map. The TK getting one. The Silas getting two. That's the double kill for GoTo1. Kagnar I don't think there's any way out of this. Is it going to be enough damage? Oh, the Devour! The triple for Silas, the double for Tom. It's a bloodbath at 3 minutes.
But in the end, it's GoTo1 that picks up the triple kill in the Silas pocket as well as the double buff. Now, doesn't have access to the flash or the ignite, so can lose some kill pressure there, but it's going to be so oppressive. All of the Silas nerfs don't really mean anything when you have the red buff to help back up your trades and the blue buff to make sure that you can spam repeatedly.
Ooh, bouncing out now the wave, stuck in front of the tower as well, hoping that it'll reset for the opposite side, but the bottom lane is suffering. Things for GoToBed are going incredibly well at this stage of the game.
Now, there is a small window here because Glapo does have access to the teleport, that he can get this wave shoved in and then reset and try to keep priority here to stall out the Silas having access to double buff and try to neutralize the vision. But L reads this and says, you cannot keep my mid laner down. I'm coming in for the gank. Round 2, baby.
Wrap around. Where's the Valkyrie going to go? Have to be careful here. Leaping out. Stun will not connect. Good dodge there out on the absconded deck. A lot of damage going down on the Silas. Has to be careful. Glapo still with the range advantage, but has to respect the cooldowns. Oh, the 1-for-1. Hope we get a replay on that one. Have to see exactly what went down there.
I'm going to say that someone got frisky with a hook right there. Should be noted that Vel'Koz still has access to the flash, so surprise, maybe snagged under the tower.
Blitzcrank at least saving the ignite as well, so 1-for-1. Difficulty, though, farming on the bottom side of the map. It looks like Blitzcrank is actually the carry in this exchange, something that we missed a little bit earlier on, but has the Doran's Ring, this farming where the Lux stack him the Spell Thieves. Maybe we see the farm shift over once that is stacked, but for now, CS very heavily in favor of Windle and Guardian.
I think what's interesting is also how Naisu is leveling here. So it is the Aftershock Lux, but she's decided to take both of her points in her shield. So obviously trying to combat with the fact that they're constantly getting whittled down and poked, having a melee range matchup versus a double range matchup.
I like the adaptation there as well. Top side of the map, though, Cagnar looked strong in those exchanges where some of the cooldowns from Karma could get burned, where he could find those cooldown advantages. But right now, forced under his tower, no surprises. The AoE wave clear heavily in favor of Scorius at this point in the game.
But this just means, like, what do you do with it? We'll hold it. Blitzcrank. Good disengage. But what do you do with this priority that Scorius has managed to secure in the top side by having push there? L actually needs to start invading and contesting for those scuttle crabs. So you can see she's moving over now to contest Blan.
Vision laid down, both sides looking for it. The bot lane has not been the attention for the junglers. Right now, GoToBed seem to be quite comfortable keeping Zen on the top side of the map. And Blonde, difficult spot to be. Once again, level 6 for Amumu is absolutely a game changer, but Hale just expertly denying any camps possible.
Yeah, it's a rough spot. You can see the experience difference is starting to open up. With Blonde not having access to flash, needs to be so careful about where she's picking her moments. If she's caught out, Xin Zhao is immediately going to snap grab that kill.
See what Glappa can do. Maybe find something here. Mom moving forward. Where's the Devour going to go? Eating the stacks, though, extending the trade. Wants to keep the one going. 1, 2, and 3. Looking for the tongue latch stun. Trying to sidestep. Where's it going to go? The creep wave there to block. Ramal taking a lot of damage. Needs to back off here. Well played by the Karma.
The thing is Scorius in this lane should actually have some good windows to play around the Tom Kench.
Ooh, Silas going in, fishing for the Corky up, but locked up under the tower. Is it going to be enough? That's going to be the kill. That's one more tower shot. Will not be enough, and GoTo1 going to get that.
And because they have information that Blonde wasn't going to be around the mid lane since they've been chasing this Amumu around, GoTo1 is free to make an aggressive play like that.
Ooh. And just that tower dive, such confidence in individual prowess there from GoTo1, looking like one of the stronger players on the map right now. Abusing the resistances from Aftershock, trying to find opportunities to just push that advantage.
Taking the defensive keystone, knowing that he was going to be going into a ranged matchup there against Corky.
I like the adaptation. Flexibility and keystones from Silas is always such an interesting thing to watch. And
it's probably what keeps Silas still in the meta. Again, a lot of changes coming into the 9-12, trying to really gut this champion. But confident and comfortable players will continue to grab Silas because of the creativity that Silas offers.
And at this point with a Lost Chapter and a Blasting Wand as well, things are looking quite good. Opposite side for Corky, slowly but surely building towards that early Trinity Force. May want to stop off and grab a Hex Drinker, given the deficit that Glop is currently in.
It's going to be a question of if Glapo thinks that the burst damage will come out and needs the Hex Drinker and kind of delay the damage window. I think for how far behind the jungler is, Corky almost has to just rush for the damage, because otherwise coming into mid-game post-lane phase, there's just not a lot of bite for the old Tortues here.
See, good news is right now Karma very comfortably in control of the top side of the map, and those Klepto stacks are just going to continue to net small gold advantages.
And it's starting to then bleed over to the jungle. We asked, what was this top lane pressure going to amount to? Well, you can see L underneath secures the second blue buff, and Amumu is still level 4 here, as Xin Zhao is inching that much closer to level 6. You can't do anything in this lane, Kench. It's Karma.
Ooh, but that's a third stack. Popping the thick skin, has Ignite as well, forcing the flash out, but ooh, one more. Not gonna find it. No Inner Flame, no Mantra available in that exchange. Corki, though, now in trouble. Guapa won't manage to make it out. So much attention onto this top side. Absolutely brutal. The old Tortures really not getting a chance to play out the lane phase the way they wanted to.
Yeah, but they now just need to hold on until that Amumu is level 6. On the other side, the silver lining is the fact that it's just a Cloud Dragon. So the old Torture's like, thank God it's not an Infernal, thank God it's not an Ocean, thank God it's not a Mountain. We can actually sit back and give them a lot of priority and pressure here.
Difficult situation, to be sure. Jinx only, though, has not completed that item yet. We have so much CC. We talked about it. The engage potential is there for the side of the old Tortures. Blom at least going to be able to grab the Raptor camp. See if we get any catch-up XP here. Not quite as strong as it once was, but still a relevant factor in the game.
So I am just peeking in to see how everyone is scaling. Naisu took 2 early points into the W, so we talked about having the Aftershock, and they were getting whittled down trying to abuse that shield there. And it's now started swapping over to putting more points into her E, so trying to then also combat the wave clear and just get a lot of AoE damage.
And level 6 between a Blitzcrank and a Lux is a lot of burst damage, so rest assured, if one combo connects from the old Torture's bot lane, that the opposite side for Window and Guardian will not be survivable. Cleanse, a lucky pick, but sadly not going to stop the hook.
Oh, now we got a 3v2 situation.
Zash.
That one connects.
Careful. Sin coming in. Ooh, pulls him out. That is absolutely tragic. A small moment of miscoordination is going to cost them everything. The kill comes through, the reset as well. Blitzcrank pulling out of the final ult coming in from Lux there.
Yeah, and it's Nicholas Popoff that pops off there with the fadeaway ultimate on the Jinx.
Mr. Popoff living up to his name as expected.
I will say that he messed up his cleanse. He got hit by the binding, he got pulled in by the Blitzcrank, popped up into the air, and then he cleansed.
Well, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll say it worked out. But now, potential play on the top side. Lamont trying to set it up, though, with the slow there on the devoured minion, but will not get the opportunity to do so. It is warded out. 3 members onto the top side, making a counterplay for the Riptail here. I like this, responding to the pressure on the bottom side.
This now means that GoToBed, they should understand that the Riptail is being contested here. It might force L's hand into a forced die, but with Naisu getting good damage there, I don't think there's anything to trade back. I think Cloud for Riptail, this is definitely a trade up in the old Tortures.
Oh, but now are they actually going to be able to secure this? It's getting lower and lower. Where's that smite at? Early smite, though, for health. Will be able to get it, but someone needs to grab it. No! Flash forward to secure it, and the death, but I say worth making it out.
Golf claps for Blan right there.
Absolutely.
Sacrificed, went for the flash, picked up the Rift Herald. If they get to use it to push down a tower, hashtag worth.
And now gets to respond, hopefully, and take Krugs on the bottom side and get level 6. Huge opportunities to make plays on the bottom there as the Lux ult and Blitzcrank ult are up and available. And of course, Mr. Popoff, Mr. Windle, all of those sums are still down for the Jinx.
And they're also pushing in.
Knock up. Have to be careful. Here it goes. One more ult coming out. Not even getting a chance to finish it. Death is going to be enough. Zash running. The mana barrier not there. A double kill. Going through for the Jinx. 3-0-1, and GoToBed are starting to run away with this game.
And there's unfortunately just no jungle presence. The Amumu was locked down from minute 1 and just can't get to these lanes fast enough. Good job from L, making these consistent rotations and following up on the damage.
Ooh, but now Ramah stepping forward, has the free boots, a little extra movement speed. It's just, with 2.5 seconds of movement speed from just the 1 second that it used to be on the Karma, it is so impossible to get on top of that champion. 3 tower plates, though, going in the favor of GoToBed. Massive gold influx. You can check it as the observers highlight. Huge leads for the bot and the mid lane. Top doing quite well as well via that Klepto gold.
And it just means so much that GoToBed's bot lane is the thing that's ahead, because they pick the Jinx, they put this game onto a timer, but getting her ahead of the clock and having her springboarded ahead of what she should have in her back pocket means that there's no power trough that you're ever playing with over the course of this game. Nicholas went for the boots first, which I actually really respect against a lane like Lux Blitzcrank, where you're trying to sidestep a lot of these skill shots. So you actually really need the movement speed and the attack speed. You're not losing too much of your output on DPS there, so quite creative.
Ooh, I like that they fished for it. Naisu not quite nice enough, but Forcing the Karma back, maybe they can get a few tower plates here. The response is there, however. Window and Guardian already moving to the top side.
Yeah, the old Tortures are still trying to find tempo. They recognize that the bot lane was going to get swapped up to the top side. Good news for them is that Amumu still has that Rift Herald and it's actually going down right now.
Yeah, just be careful, though. 3 members here, definitely stronger. Zash still going to look to fish. Tom Kench is tanky, but I don't know if it's tanky enough. A lot of damage goes on the Rift Herald. Is the charge even going to go off? Yes, will be enough for a little bit of damage there. Now the pole coming out immediately. Vel'Koz is deleted, but on the backside they have to keep their eyes on GoTo1. The Amumu all torn away. Oh, this is the nightmare scenario. The Sylas getting maximum value in the exchange. Amumu taken out. Tom Kench next on the menu, and GoToBed are saying night, night as Naisu runs for her life. Nai may not get the opportunity to escape here. The Lux, the triple kill for Sylas. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
GoTo1 is now sitting 8-0-1, and like you said, it is good night, but hold on, maybe a return kill?
Ooh, Guapo not going to take the risk, though. Too many members nearby. Will not find the solo kill opportunity.
And the thing is this play was forced because the Tortures know that they need to find some sort of tempo back. So they use the Rift Herald top. They don't want to use it post the plates going down. I'll hold the point. It's Corky. I think you're next on the menu.
Guapo, no chance to get out. Valkyrie may be enough. No, but you're running away from your tower. You can't flash back in. There's nothing left. There's simply too much of a lead. There are too many members on the top side. There is no chance for Guapo. GoTo1, absolutely crushing.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The gold lead has spiraled wildly out of control, close to 10K, but here comes Ramon.
Pushing. Ulti taken away. That one won't be super useful, but would be cool if they could escape with it. Now trying. Damage will interrupt it. Damage will interrupt it. There it is. They lined up the CC for them. There's the... Oh, no! No, not again! This time the kill will come through, but a Luxalt cannot hit its target. Naisu trolled so hard by the team.
Where would you rather have your shutdown? On Zash or on Naisu? You'd rather have it on Naisu.
I'd rather have it. Give it the Lux the gold. Let the Lux do damage, or at least stop taking people away from the laser.
I think this is the chase.
Not Tom Kench, though. Speedy boy. Got the Swifties. The Nikes are on. Laced up. Running away. AK gold lead Frostguard in 15 minutes of the game. This is a massive lead. It does feel like their options are running out on the side of the old Tortures. But what is the next move in the playbook if you are on the side of GoToBed and you want to close this one out clean?
Well, they should be focusing on this mid lane tower. You can see it's about 25% done. The fact that they have so much gold in Window's pocket, they can actually just escort Saving Private Jinx down that mid lane, have her rock up to this tower, and then shove it down. GoTo1 doesn't need to play with the team. If he does group up, even better, because that's still a 9-1-1 Sylas, but he can actually just kick out to a side lane, and no one can contest him at this point. Like, yeah, maybe Ramon will be obnoxious and try to waddle away from him on the Tom Kench, but eventually he'll just run everyone over. Or we'll just be late to our rotation.
I mean, it's a 9-1 champion. A 9-1 champion is terrifying. A 9-1 Sylas is even more terrifying.
They don't have any wave clear. They didn't take an AD carry. They've got Corky, and that's it. Otherwise, they got a Blitzcrank.
But they can fish for opportunities, and that's what we have to keep our eyes on. You can see the vision is being laid down here. The sweeper's now coming out. Let's GoToBed, move along the bottom side, clearing out that vision to make sure that they're safe.
They're just hunting.
Well, stolen Tom Kench ult does come in. It looks like the interrupt doesn't take the ulti away from Sylas. That's interesting, because it wouldn't have been able to steal it again, so... Interesting interaction there. No, Blonde, the jungle.
Good scouting.
I feel for Blonde because this is the nightmare jungle game. This is the game where you got shut down early, and now even your own jungle is not safe. Ramon, a man of singular focus. The rest of his team, they're doing stuff. He's on the top side. Ooh, wait, now wants to turn it. Karma walking to melee range against Tom Kench. Always a bold maneuver. One more auto.
Walk him
down. Ooh, where's the Devour cooldown? Can they get it? Ooh, the stacks are falling off. Not quite enough. The Soul Flare is going to connect. The run down, Ramah, can he make it out? The fastest Tom Kench you've ever seen. The movement speed buff is there. Slowly but surely running into the tower. He'll make it out. There again! Oh my! Nicholas Popoff! With the snipe.
The fadeaway!
Killing his own colleague. It was a beautiful thing. Set up, calculated, planned. All credits to Scorius. Making sure he was in the exact right moment, the exact right time. Yes, like the catfish that he is. Whew. That was awesome.
Now we
don't have replays, but if we did, that would be like, ooh,
that would be a highlight moment.
Yes,
You'd be behind the rocket.
Now we're going to see, though, Gloppo running for his life. Already used the Valkyrie. That's going to be a difficult spot. No package as well. Silas. Ooh, you just cannot get away. Go to 1. 10-1 now.
And it's just oppressive vision control. GoToBed, they've got complete control of this bottom jungle. Gloppo shouldn't have been up that far. Immediately caught out, but we've reset the map. We've got our vision back down, and it's back to pushing for GoToBed.
And Tahm Kench, while incredibly strong in the 1v1, has very little wave clear. We'll have to eat a minion.
But he is very obnoxious.
Very obnoxious. Are they going to dive a Tahm Kench?
Look at the confidence to stand there under the tower.
He is actually unconcerned. Now they want to dive.
He's concerned. He's a
The
little
team
concerned.
is debating. They're not sure if this is the right call to dive the Tahm Kench.
That's you fake it till you make it.
You
They're
definitely...
looking at how confident he's like, we can't dive him. There must be like 16 people here.
The confidence of the Tahm Kench main, right? Ooh, stolen a moonwall. Have to be careful. 3 members now grouped up. They can lock down the silence, but if they do not kill immediately, counter ult. The Blitzcrank has to be careful. The silence is there, and the shutdown. Finally, Lux will find the ultimate to secure the kill. Scorius, though, the Karma. Massive, huge damage coming in. The Mantra as well. Going to do so much. The double kill. Windle now running down the respective members of the team, but the hook is there. A little bit more damage. The Ignite as well. There's going to be any more chasing here. A triple for Karma. Absolutely huge. A 10K gold lead. Rama trying to escape. The damage all is going to take. Interrupted. Just do it from the bush, Rama.
Control Ward right next to him. He says, no, no, no. It's about the confidence. Do it in front of them.
It has been a game of confidence for Rama. Nice connect there. Nice. A good bit of damage. No ulti available this time around.
The gold discrepancy really speaking for itself in that last team fight. However, it felt like they tried to get the perfect Mumu ult, didn't connect on the necessary members, and Windle is just facing absolutely no pressure here. It's so difficult for the old Tortures to actually get to this long-range backline, and that's even if they can survive the front line, because this 10-2 Silas just runs into everyone's faces.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. And it's a shame, too, because you can see that in terms of individual skill, Niceyu really showing up in terms of consistently landing those bindings, threading them through minions, finding those opportunities, but in terms of raw stat check, Lux just doesn't have enough damage at this point in the game.
And that's what we were talking about when the old Torture's composition really needed to be on clock or ahead of clock. They needed to have the necessary gold anytime that they were set behind. They lose their kill pressure, and once you lose kill pressure on this comp, you can't do anything because you don't have any wave clear. You can't play the trade macro game.
There's 2 fights happening. I don't know which one to talk about. There's the replay, and then there's apparently the actual fight in the picture-in-picture. We'll keep you guys updated. This is obviously the fight that just happened moments ago.
Credit out to L down there on the bot side. The 1v1 against the really fed Tahm Kench, trying to keep him distracted.
Made a lot of sense. Interesting to see. Of course, in our brief time away, it looks like some people definitely died. The difficulty of getting a replay in a fast-paced game like this is that you just never know when people are going to fight.
I feel like we're fighting all the time.
Definitely.
Blonde's thinking about fighting over this buff.
I don't know if this is your moment. That's a level... Ooh, there's a lot of level advantages between...
If you throw your hand in there, you better like what you get out.
But did like it because it got the you know, it's the claw game. The only person in history to actually win a claw game and not just lose $30 in quarters.
I'm gonna see a replay of the fight.
Ooh, that's the combo. Go to 1.
Ah.
Nice. Good, clean. I love the use of the Blitzcrank there. There's the ultimate coming out. Ooh, the Vel'Koz does a lot of damage. The Lux, however, does not. A Mumu going in. It's a beautiful ultimate, but there is no follow-up damage, and that means a double kill for the Xin. Windle now running forward.
Red buff.
Has to be careful. The Gloppo's right there. Is it going to be enough damage? Trying to flash, but fail flashes on the wall. Nicholas pop up. It might not be there. Cannot get the kill in the end. Go to 1 gets yet another kill. 11-3-5 on the Silas.
And the wall just too thick. Mr. Popoff could not get over it. I just want actually a highlight reel of Nicholas failing all of his summers.
Hey, come on. Ooh, go to 1 gonna break a tower, and 13K gold lead, 21 minutes into the game. Baron feels like it's guaranteed at this stage.
Okay, so let's look at how this fight's set up here. Anytime you're in a choke point, it's probably gonna feel...
Ooh, this is just the BM replay. The shutdown on the Karma, though, is huge. That was a solo kill from Zash. Tahm Kench is there, but they're just going to retreat. Of course, enough mobility to get away from that slippery catfish.
Because no one actually built any tank on the side of GoToBed, it's actually really hard for them to continue to press this game and to do the Baron, because who actually tanks it? You look at Xin Zhao, and L is like,
doing it.
I'm the carry of this game.
Baron
and this
started.
is how we get to a situation where the old Tortures are actually able to approach this objective because they have the health bars to do so.
Oh, they need to pull off, though. Good call. They were willing to risk everything there, but now the hook could come out.
Everyone,
Eyes on Zash.
everyone on GoToBed is made of glass. And if they get one snag, one binding, they just pop like balloons.
Go to 1. Yeah, but you gotta respect the Silas damage. It's very scary. Blitzcrank. All ratio is...
Not if he instantly gets snagged, silenced, and dies.
Absolutely. But I'm scared of the flank. But I think they're playing. I think they know the go to 1 is on the side. They see him on the flank. They're ready to hook him in. They're kind of trying to bait him in. Look for something, but have to be careful. Cannot win out in the full 5v5. Just need to find the pick here. Have to be safe.
The poke damage starting to come in.
The sped up Zin is terrifying, and Naisu caught out, left on the lonesome. That's going to be difficult. Naisu now taken down immediately. Blitz looking for the finish. Just deletes go to 1. That's the power of the AP. Blitzcrank. Tomcat retreating. Rocket goes in. Will stop any potential Tomcat ultis from coming through. The thick skin, is it thick enough? Yes. Ramam making it out to safety. Guardian not quite able to finish off that kill.
I do want to give huge credit to Guardian right there, though. Picking her moment about when she was going to open up the Vel'Koz ultimate, she waited until they were herded into a choke point, and yeah, it didn't connect any kills, but the damage was done and that the health bars were so low that there's no way to put up a defense for this mid inhib. And she could have opened up that ultimate at the very start of the fight, but the awareness to say, okay, I have a better moment, I'm going to be patient with a very critical cooldown.
Yeah, and absolutely. And when you know you're the team that's ahead, it's absolutely fair to play patiently. Good to keep a cool head in those tight moments, those close situations. And once again, we look at the side of the old Tortures. They can delete any single person on this team. If they keep finding picks, maybe they have an avenue to balance this game out.
It's about who can hit first. If the old Tortures do manage a grab, especially with the AP Blitzcrank, you saw that Zash will effectively one-shot anyone that he nails. So if he can grab one of the key targets, that's great. But the poke damage and the whittle away from GoToBed, as soon as that damage starts coming up, then you see that they get the confidence to turn the plays.
And then you can see the difficulty. The second the team splits up, it just falls apart because the threat of the sped up Xin Zhao, just consistently empowered by that Karma and the potential follow for Jinx, is not good. Getting on the back foot, not the position that you want to be in when you're already down so far. Still only a single inhibitor. Zash, though, missing milk is pretty big. That's a big portion of AP Blitzcrank's damage. Has to be careful. He is going to get taken out. Picked off here. Blonde now stepping forward. The Lux ult is not going to do enough. Not an aggressive Lux build. Has opted for the Athenes.
Here comes Silas.
Ooh. Ramaz there to interrupt if the push comes out. Chasing. Good binding once again from Naisu.
But with the min inhib down and now contesting with the Scuttle Crab. Oh.
Stolen Lux ultimate. Oh! Snipes him out. Gloppo. Difficult game.
Scuttle Crab, I meant super minions. They were going to be herded back into their base, and I thought that GoToBed would then immediately turn to the Baron. They decided to pick up a couple more kills and now looking for this tower.
Yeah, and the damage charts definitely telling us the story of Poke coming through here. The Vel'Koz, the Jinx, racking up the damage alongside that hyper-fed Silas.
So at this point in the game, they have enough items that it doesn't matter that they don't have the resistances or the tanky stats built in. Again, this is a glass cannon style of composition coming out from GoToBed, but they're able to burn down this Baron fast enough.
They will manage to secure it. Not completely uncontested, but the old Torture is taking the time, approaching the pit. It will cost them. It's going to come down to one last dance, Frosco.
Who's your dance partner?
I mean, at this point, I would definitely pick GoToBed because they're just destroying right now.
I feel like
very far ahead. But I also, to be fair, I do want to call it Zash as the one-shot Blitzcrank.
Yeah, that's who my eyes are on. If the old Tortures have a chance in this game, you're looking at Zash. He just needs to hold out his hand, find one person to dance with him. Hopefully a Silas. Hopefully
a Silas.
Maybe a Jinx.
Hello, Silas. Goodbye, Silas. Hit him with the Into the Spider-Verse, the hey.
Hey.
Hey. Let him know. See if the opportunity can be there. Red buff will get transferred over. They're giving it to the Tom Kench. It's interesting on a composition like this. There's a lot of...
I mean,
oh, there's the hook!
Oh, God!
Knocked up! Oh, the Vel'Koz deleted the TP now coming in. Go to one lockdown. The Tom Kench is locked up. He is going to suppress it for now. Gloppo coming in. They can get a lot of damage now right in this in. Go to one taking so much here. Cognar going to fish for the kill. They want to get a little bit more. Nice to throwing the binding over the wall. AO goes down. Scores is there, but Wendell is still alive. All eyes on the Jinx. Cognar getting the shield up. Focus there. Comes through the double kill for the Jinx. The Karma's still alive. The Silas still alive. Not enough. Naisu, no! The pressure too much. The blast cone comes out. Alley-oop on herself. And now it is Tom Kench versus the world. That might just be the game.
And it looked so good for a second that they got the perfect engage, that Vash was able to find exactly who they wanted to engage on, but it wasn't enough to kill them. The rest of the cavalry rolled in, and it looks like GoToBed could potentially end the game. How confident you guys feeling?
Healing coming in from the Tom Kench. Very rapidly healing up here in this case. Go to 1. Breaking that down. It might just be 3 inhibs here, but the Jinx is incredibly strong. They have to delete Windle, but with the Karma standing next to that Jinx, it might just be impossible. Zash, all eyes on the Blitzcrank hook. Where's it going to go? Hook goes in, goes wide. Buying themselves a bit more time though as the team comes in. Freeze frame for a moment. Nice pulling back. We might just see a full 5v5 in the base. One last tower remaining. Go to 1. That's going to be the ulti coming in. Windle on the backside, taken out. Jinx is just running through the entire team. Go to bed. From minute 1, taking control of that jungle, transferring it into a dominant win. Massive gold lead in the end. Windle with yet another flash forward, and that's going to be the game.
Clean game plan from the draft phase. They got the Xin Zhao into the Amumu matchup. They made sure that they had the aggressive jungle, and poor Blonde just did not get to play that game. At every turn she was put down, denying so much experience, couldn't get the early laners going.
Difficult situation to be sure, and always kind of the risk that you can put yourself in when you pick a champion that isn't as dominant in the early jungle. You know, you ban away the Sejuani, you ban away the J4, the Xin comes out, and oh, what a nightmare pick. If it doesn't go off early, it does nothing. But when it does go off early, it feels so unstoppable.
But some creativity coming out from the old Tortues here. I did like the one-shot Blitzcrank build. The fact that
loved it.
Zash was making some creative picks. Naisu, interesting skill set on the Lux to try to even out that lane phase. You know, absorb a lot of that pressure with the Aftershock of Lux and 2 early points into the W. But in the end, GoToBed, put them to sleep.
Super hugely dominant. I like how long the old Tortues survived in that game, though. It was impressive. Special shout-outs to Naisu and all of the connected bindings. Fantastic performance. And, of course, Nicholas Popov for successfully failing every summoner spell he used that game. But still some very clean Jinx team fighting.
Yeah, one of the fadeaway ults. Cross map. Special shout-out to Skoras.
Yep.
Herding Tom Kench around.
Into the Jinx ultimate. By far the best play of the game. So great. All right, well, that's going to do us here for our first game. We are going to take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side.
We're going to go prep.